Hey everyone, welcome back to Global Rights Zone. Today we're diving deep into a topic that's been growing in importance, and one that impacts us all. The impact of social media on human rights. Did you know that social media has played a vital role in spreading awareness about human rights violations? Platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram allow real-time sharing of events, such as protests, government crackdowns, or violations of freedoms, helping bring global attention to local issues. Let's start with the basics. Human rights are the fundamental rights and freedoms that every person is entitled to, regardless of nationality, sex, ethnicity, religion, or any other status. But with the rise of social media, how have these rights been affected? Are they being upheld or violated? Let's explore that. On the positive side, social media has become an incredible tool for activism and social justice. Movements like #MeToo, #BlackLivesMatter, and others have gained global attention and sparked conversations about inequality, discrimination, and abuse. Social media has provided a platform for marginalized voices, giving people the power to raise awareness about human rights issues. The Arab Spring is a great example of how social media helped people organize and fight for political freedom. It helped protesters in countries like Egypt communicate and amplify their voices, despite government efforts to silence them. But as we know, not everything about social media is positive. There are some serious concerns when it comes to human rights. One of the biggest issues is the spread of misinformation. False information can incite violence, harm vulnerable groups, and undermine democracy. Think about the role of social media in inciting hate speech and violence. There have been instances where platforms were used to target minority groups like the Rohingya in Myanmar. Social media posts led to real-world violence and even genocidal actions. This is a clear violation of human rights. Additionally, social media platforms often collect and sell user data, raising concerns about our right to privacy. Are we being watched? Are our personal details being exploited? In many cases, it seems like our right to privacy is being undermined by these platforms. Governments and social media companies also play a big role in protecting or violating human rights. Governments may censor social media to suppress dissent, curbing the freedom of speech. For example, we've seen authoritarian regimes blocking social media during protests or elections. On the other hand, social media companies have been criticized for not doing enough to regulate harmful content. While they claim to monitor hate speech and misinformation, often these platforms are slow to act, allowing harmful content to spread. Social media platforms can be used to spread hate speech, incite violence, or promote discriminatory ideologies. This has a harmful effect on marginalized groups, including racial minorities, LGBTQ+ individuals, and refugees. Not everyone has equal access to social media, and this can exacerbate existing inequalities. Marginalized communities, including those in rural areas or under oppressive regimes, may struggle to participate in online advocacy or to access information about their rights. In countries with low internet penetration or where the internet is controlled, people may not have the same opportunities to engage with social media-based campaigns. The exploitation of personal data by social media platforms can also be a violation of privacy rights. User data can be harvested and misused, either by corporations or governments, undermining individuals' rights to privacy. The Cambridge Analytica scandal revealed how personal data from Facebook was exploited to influence political outcomes, raising concerns about the violation of privacy and personal freedoms. It's clear that there's a fine balance between ensuring freedom of expression and protecting people from harm. How do we protect human rights without infringing on free speech? This is something that's still being debated, and there are no easy answers. What do you think? Can we create a safer social media environment while still respecting free speech? Drop your thoughts in the comments. So how can we improve the impact of social media on human rights? First, social media companies need to be more accountable. They must do more to combat hate speech, misinformation, and privacy violations. Governments must regulate the space without stifling free expression. We, as users, also have a role to play. By being mindful of the content we share, supporting ethical companies, and calling out harmful practices, we can all help create a more just and equitable online world. This is a conversation that's far from over, and we'd love to hear your thoughts. How do you think social media has affected human rights? Drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more discussions like this. Thanks for watching and see you next time.